everyone, welcome to my presentation. What do you think the title of this song is?
Very timely for this generation.
What do you feel when you do these things? The answer is dopamine, and today I'm going to talk about dopamine. I've divided my presentation into 7 main parts. First, what is dopamine? Next, chemical structure. Third, role of dopamine. Fourth, how dopamine works. Fifth, positive and negative effects. Sixth, dopamine addiction. Lastly, quiz. To start with, what dopamine is. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that is responsible for transmitting signals between neurons in the brain. A word similar to dopamine is dopamine. Dopamine plus farming. It means the act of constantly searching for something new and interesting. Next, chemical structure of dopamine. Chemical structure of dopamine looks like a key. It is a simple combination of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogenous, and oxygen. Role of dopamine is making people feel happy, decide which experiences to store importantly, and control emotion. And also, it controls motivation, learning, and athletic ability. Now, I'm going to explain how dopamine works. Brain sends dopamine to make you feel happy. When brain decides this is a great experience, or I want to try one more time, then dopamine makes. For example, when we watch YouTube shorts, do extreme sports, play games, or eat delicious food, then dopamine works. I'm going to explain positive and negative effects of dopamine. Positive effects of dopamine is making power to achieve goal, help to concentrate, and reduce stresses. Negative effect of dopamine is can be addicted to dopamine, and life can be boring and hard to sleep. For example, dopamine can help to overcome Monday blues or reduce stress. But in negative effects, people can only rely on dopamine or can be bored at ordinary lifestyle because dopamine. I'm going to move on. Dopamine addiction. Dopamine addiction is the phenomenon of continually finding dopamine. Also, dopamine addiction is finding provocative things too. The video of Dr. Andrew Huberman, a brain science expert at Stanford University, and this video is explaining how to identify dopamine addiction.
And hit with that dopamine on Instagram.
So at first you are, but here's how you know dopamine, and this will give you a window into addiction. If you're not an addict, you'll be able to sympathize with addicts. When you first get on social media, you're excited. Maybe you or Joe or somebody has a new podcast out, right? You know, you're excited. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. That's dopamine. You're motivated. But if you ever find yourself doing a behavior and you kind of don't know why you're doing it, like this doesn't feel any good anymore. Like why am I here? What am I doing? I'm not even getting any pleasure, but here I am, like a rat pressing a lever. Well, that's the dopamine system has been depleted. And so what you need is some time away from it. Could be 10 minutes, could be 10 days. And then it feels good again. True for relationships, true for exercise. I believe in training hard and training often, but if you train too hard too often, you can't bring the intensity that you need to get the stimulus to adapt, and pretty soon you're either plateauing or getting worse.
This is related with dopamine addiction, but I'm going to explain later. We are going to do a simple test to check if you're addicted to dopamine or not. First, I watch videos when I feel depressed or stressed. Next, I often watch reels and shorts. Third, I watch the video that ends me. Fourth, I felt anxious and guilty when I used my smartphone a long time. Fifth, I have a lot of unrealistic imagination. Sixth, I relieve stress with something stimulating. 7. If you don't use your smartphone, you feel like you're missing something.
I got 4. You got 7? Oh my gosh. Get off from your smartphone, man.
The things that you get 5 or more, you're addicted to dopamine.
5 or more.
Is there any question?
So you think you're addicted?
Yes.
Okay. Is that why you're interested in dopamine? Okay.
I'm going to moving on phase. What does the chemical structure of dopamine looks like? What is the role of dopamine?
Making you addicted, feeling good, and